Standards Practice Week 6. Select a response. Number 1, which of the following is not a function? So one of the keywords is definitely not. And the other one's a function, which means for every x, there's only one y. Only one y. So every input has only one output. We usually determine it from a graph by doing the vertical line test. So I'm looking for the vertical line test. So if I draw a vertical line, it should only hit the graph once, no matter what, or no more than once. So pretend like I can actually make a vertical line. So if I drew a vertical line there, it only hits the graph once. And even if I went further over and did a vertical line, well, pretend like this vertical line there, it would still only hit my graph once. So no matter where I put a vertical line, it would always cross this graph once. So this is a function. So this one's a function. Function. So if I was trying this one, if I drew a vertical line, no matter how many vertical lines I drew, up and down, it would only hit this graph one time. So this one would also be a function. Even though this is not a continuous graph, no matter if I drew a vertical line through here, or here, or here, or even in this point, I'd still only hit the values of my graph once. So this one only goes through 1 point, this one only goes through 1 point, this one only goes through 1 point, this one goes only through 1 point. So this would also have to be a function. So on this one, if I pick the coordinate 1, 2, 3, 4, so let's say I picked 4, 1 or 4, negative 2, well, these have the exact same x, but I have two different y's, so it doesn't have only one y value. So this one is not a function. For number 2, draw a line on the graph below that has the same slope as the line drawn and has that passes through negative 2, 1. So a couple of things. First, we need to know what the slope of this line is. So if I pick any 2 points that are easy to tell the coordinates of, and I find the slope, and remember slope is rise over run, or how much y changes over how much x changes. Well, firstly, I can tell that it's negative because it goes down, and it goes down 2, so that's down 2, and over 1, so that's negative 2 over 1. So my other graph is going to have a slope of negative 2 over 1, but it wants to start through this point. So first thing I need to do is figure out where that point is. So negative 2, comma 1. And then I need to do the same slope as the other one. So down 2 over 1. I want to do a couple of these coordinates so it's just a little bit easier because it's hard for me to draw a straight line with this program. Okay, so there's my line. What is the equation of the line you drew? Well, I know that the slope is the same as this one. So m is going to be negative 2, and then my y-intercept is right here. So the b of this one's negative 3. So if I'm looking at y equals mx plus b, and I know my slope is the same, so it would be y equals negative 2, or negative 2 over 1, x, and then my y-intercept is negative 3. Let's check out number 3. Extended response. Refer to the graph at the right. Write each equation in the correct column. Okay, so just noticing these before even looking at the graph, they are all in point slope form. So I need to recall what point slope form is. So point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m, parentheses, x minus x1. And the values that are important are the, oops, let me get a different color, y1, m, and then x1. And remember, x1 and y1 are your values that are on your graph. Okay, so looking at this graph, I probably should figure out what the slope is first. So I'm going to pick any 2 points that are really easy to tell the coordinates of. And this goes up 1 and then over 2. So my slope is 2 over 1. Oh, sorry, 1 over 2. So my slope is 1 over 2. So immediately I know that in this form, this should be 1 over 2 where my m is. So I can cross out that one. I can cross out that one. So those are not right here. So this is where you put that. Let's look at this. So if I'm doing it based off this, let me figure out what the coordinates are based off these. So the minus should be there. So the x value is 4, and this y value is 2. So I want to know, does this one go through 4, comma 2? So if I go over here, 1, 2, 3. Well, I can't tell. So I'm gonna wait on this one. And then this one, I want to know if it goes through 2, comma 4. So go over 2, up 4. That one's there, so this one works out. So you're going to have to write that one over here. Okay, for this one, since this is a positive 4 and it says x minus whatever it is, that means my x value is really negative 4 and my y value is 1. So let's go over to negative 4, which is over here, and then go up 1, and that's also on the line, so that one also works. So the only one I'm not sure about is this one. So let's rewrite this into slope-intercept form to see if it matches that line. So y minus 2, I'm going to distribute this. 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. 1/2 times negative 4 is negative 2. And then to get this y by itself, I'm going to get rid of this minus 2. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So that's y equals 1/2 x plus 0, which means it would have to start through 0 and then go up 1 over 2. And that's obviously not it, so that would be another one that does not work. So this one doesn't work either.